Well, here's video number 3 for today because I apparently cannot stop. Yeah, like I said, but the last video is Titans Returns Cup. I'm a poet and I don't even know it. Well, anyways, here we have Titans Returns Cup, and is that not the ugliest thing you've ever seen? Like, you got these two completely different shades of what I assume is green or blue. I mean, this I can definitely identify as teal, and this is more baby blue, and mix it in with this gray. It is ugly. I do not like the look of it. I mean, and yes, I know it was for the original G1 toy, but here's a little secret. The original G1 toy was kind of shit. So having it in this color scheme in a modern, in a modern update, just seems really off. Now, there are elements that I like. For instance, there's a lot of clearance for it to roll, and I will admit this is a kind of a neat visual reference with all this gray because the Cup's legs were gray on the original toy. And I would admit I do like this wide open canopy piece for the little Titan Master flintlock to sit in. But otherwise, this is just a really flaky vehicle mode. I just don't like it. Now, as you can see, the guns fit back there, but you don't have to keep them there. They can come off. But it actually goes to make it look even worse, so I often leave them on whenever they're in vehicle mode. As for the guns themselves, they're fine. They're pretty good until you turn them around and notice a huge gap. Granted, these are obviously meant to be plugged together so you can put put a Titan Master in there, but it's like you already. But let me show you, because of the way the pegs are on the feet on the back of the truck, you can only have it leaning one side, and that just looks dumb. The turret should be able to encompass the entire backside. And you can just put the guns on individually as you saw, and there are little Titan Master pegs in there, something that I'm neglecting to point out in my other Titan Master reviews. But it's well, I guess it just incorporates the gimmick. And if you want, there are these pegs on the side, so you can just plug the guns in there. But that just looks even dumber. So, period, I just keep the weapons here on the back. I mean, it doesn't really help the vehicle mode much, but it gives it a bit more visual variety, and it's less ugly that way. So, onto the robot mode, but first, obviously, we need to get Flintlock out of here. And I guess a quick look at him is in order. And you know how this goes. It's two-tone, practically no paint on its face, very monotonous, and upside down you got IDW Cup's face as opposed to the G1 face. Heck, it doesn't even look like the one for the G1 toy. But we're gonna leave that open because that's actually a part of the transformation. You want to start with opening up this bumper and folding these down. I'm not gonna lie, the transformation is actually pretty clever with how they handle the legs, because the legs actually form the entire outside of the truck, and then you want to keep these up so that you then just tap these into place, fold this around and fold it up, and then fold down this panel to form a leg, and then you just fold out a foot. There you have a leg. Do the same thing on the other side. Pull it down and pull out the foot. Oh, and if they weren't already, you then just push down these bumper pieces, which encompass the wheels. Which, okay, I dig that. That's a pretty neat way to transform the legs. Then you fold that up, rotate around, fold that down, fold this up, and then close the canopy over that. So you got his chest section. Then you separate what will be the arms, fold the fists up, unpick the arms from the shoulders and straighten them out. And now you probably can start to see the full-fledged robot mode. We're missing a piece. Then you just fold Flintlock in half, And I'd say Flintlock's actually a pretty cool name for a headmaster for an old geezer like Cup. Then you just plug it in. And there we go. There we have Cup. I'm starting to see why this was used for Orion packs in the Transformers Tribute 2-pack with Orion and Optimus Prime. Because this body type doesn't exactly scream old geezer. Because that was essentially Cup's personality in the original show and virtually every other version of the character. But, you know, as the robot mode goes, it's actually pretty good. Except for one thing. I'm just going to move the arms out of the way here. The legs are so floopy, you know, because the ball joints are just insanely loose, and so is the waist joint. So you just got a floppy mess of legs down there. Not helping that this doesn't really peg in very well. You got yourself a little Pac-Man, but. I really don't like it when the hips are so loose that you can literally just do that and the legs will be coming down. Look, that is literally that's gravity doing that. I'm not doing that. Well, I'm partially doing it, but a lot of the job is the gravity. So, getting closer on that head, yeah, that's definitely very IDW Cup from what little I've actually seen of IDW. I've only seen Cup and Last Stand in the records, okay? I don't really read that much IDW anyways. But, yeah, there definitely screams old geezer, if you can actually get a good look at it. Got all about symbol right there. Like I said, I like how the chest section is formed. And I'm glad that you don't have the arms hanging halfway down the chest. Articulation-wise, head's on the ball joint, though, like Perceptor is kind of limited. Oh yeah, I forgot to mention, I bought this Perceptor on the same day. Perceptor was definitely the better toy. Ball jointed arm, and yeah, you could, if you want to, use that transformation joint. Bicep swivel, double jointed arm, so good range right there. You can break his hands. Got a really loose waist swivel, loose ball joints for the hips. They got swivel the thighs, but a good 90-degree bend at the knee, and you got toes. So yeah, pretty good articulation on this guy, and of course he can hold his weapons like so. And they actually, all you know, they actually do look better in hand. In-handed than they do in the vehicle mode or combined. So I don't really display them with the guns that much, since I'm more Magic Cup as like an up-close boxer. So what I like to do, because there are pegs on the back of his back, you just plug those together and just tab them in, and you kind of got yourself a bit of a backpack. But he can if he wants to just whip around and grab them to, you know, blast them to septic chops. So yeah, as far as Cup goes, I don't really know if I actually like him, because robot mode, I like the design of the robot mode. It definitely and this color scheme is definitely Cup to an extent. It's just a bad color scheme, and honestly it's just the body type. I mean, here's the thing. Head is fine. It's just from the head downwards, it just screams young, youthful warrior bot, which isn't Cup. Oh well, I'm just glad we got a version of Cup. Though I think I might actually end up buying the Takara version, you know, when it eventually comes out, because that one at least has the entirely consistent grey color scheme. Still, that is it. That is it for Cup, and that is it for me, and I will see you later with this guy. And no, it's not going to be in a couple of hours. I at least want to catch up with Flash, okay?